push it back, but I'm gonna leave it because it's
Nah, but Shaheem just said that everything is monetized. Everything is being monetized, and
What does that
are
mean?
you being monetized? It's like
Are you monetizing your situation?
right? Because are you being monetized or are you doing monetizing?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because everything is being monetized. Pictures, music,
Right.
everything is being monetized.
Right.
So that's why I said for real, because you never know.
Now you definitely don't know. But yeah, man, thank y'all for liking, sharing, participating in our conversation. And there he goes calling right when we decide to go live. So look, why don't you hop on a live person calling right now so we can talk about it. Come on live, we discuss what we're talking about. What we talking about? We're talking about Close Range 2. That is John the Don and what's the name of that league? The
Bullpen.
Bullpen next upcoming event where it's basically rookie versus vet concept. Bred rappers through the bullpen, battle the established battle rappers. We got Arsenal battling. We got who else? Shotgun Suge battling.
We got
Reggie P
rematch.
battling John the Don. Rematch because it's acapella. And we did ours acapella and on the beat. Definitely check that battle out. Reggie P versus John the Don. It was a dope one.
It was a dope one.
It took place, that was 10 years ago.
No, leave that.
You know that was 10 years ago?
That was 10 years
That was 10 years ago or more. Wow. That was or more. It might have been more than 10 years ago, man. So shouts out to everybody that's been participating in the situation for that long, man. Straight up and down. Shouts out to Matt Hoffa, who was just on, what was he on?
Drink Champs.
Crazy. I just saw
my man Matt Hoffa said when he came through, basically battle rap was, fun and game, but when he came through, he brought the pressure. He made it intense.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. See, but that's what I'm saying. It was always intense for me when I was coming up. Bro, if you in Brooklyn and you rapping against a cat in Brooklyn, you follow what I'm talking about? Huh? It was intense always. I don't know, maybe in the 8. I think it's been getting less intense over the years. I think battle rap has made it so that even though it's intense, ain't nobody gonna just swing on you. But look at MC Search story, right?
MC Search?
Yeah, MC Search battled somebody in Harlem. I don't know if it was Harlem or it was Uptown. Yeah, it was Harlem. I think it was East Side. And he ate dude up. Okay, hold on. Let me say, hold on. Let me send you GPS. I mean, Google Maps.
Coordinates.
Okay. Yeah. So what was I gonna say? So yeah, MC Search battled somebody uptown. I think it was Spanish Harlem, and this dude so bad. I think dude came back and shot at him. You heard? Yeah. Like it was crazy. Like sent him home running. I think it happened at the Latin Quarter.
It was a white
boy,
like so that. You got.
Yeah, because he got real disrespectful. I don't think he said racial, but he got disrespectful enough to make dude come back and shoot at him. So you had that situation. Yeah, French Montana was just on Matt Hoffa talking about how crazy he used to get. I'm sure. I remember one time I was out in Lower East Side in front of the New Eureka Post Cafe rapping with these dudes. Just me, Nino, and I think somebody else. Cats ain't know if we was making it home that night. You know what I'm talking about? So I think battle rap it's intense, but I think it's less intense now because we done built out a sport around it so that if somebody does swing on you, like, and even though it's funny because it's the guy that was swinging on guys, but yo, listen. Like, what's his name? Math Hoffa.
Okay.
And I could really appreciate Math Hoffa's growth. And that's his whole thing. He's like, yo, like, we not the same. Like, I'm not the same person. People want you to be the same. So that was in regards to that whole, what's the man's name? Mac, what's his name? China Mac. That's the whole, China Mac thing that he got going on or whatever. They talking about, I guess they upset that he did the Troy Ave situation.
Right.
But yo, we got to be able to you gotta allow people to grow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a major problem with our community is, we talk about, oh, you change and stuff like that. Like, you're not supposed to, in some degree, you're supposed to change. You're supposed to get better. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully day by day, if you can, and so I was really feeling him. But I mean, I go into that to say because he was the guy swinging on cats. But other than that, other than a couple of those situations, think about how many battles that happen without anybody fighting. You know what I'm talking
Facts,
about?
facts.
I think before the advent of what we do now within the culture, right? I think there used to be more fights back in the day. I think it used to be like, yo, you pull up to, what I mean, y'all rap, and, but it might turn to something.
Yeah,
I think that was happening a lot more back then.
You have to watch what you say back then, man.
Come on, man. Yeah, you definitely didn't see that.
What's being said nowadays, the way it's being said, how loose it is, how close y'all are, my man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why Matt Pfeiffer swung on dude because his hat. The brim of his hat. He told him to back up. Dude didn't back up.
That's how
it was. And mind you, Matt was the one that stepped to him.
That's what I'm saying. It still was when it happened. When that happened, it was still in that same space that I'm talking about.
That's my point.
The camera's just turned on. Like, you know what I mean? Like the camera's only been on for a few years when that took place. You follow what I'm talking about? So
you had to watch what you said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going back to Albie Al and my man at ringside.
KS. Shouts out to KS.
That was an intense
Jersey
battle.
City.
That was
Ringside.
Ringside.
Man, that's
Jersey City. That was intense. And you had some real wolves up in here. All I heard was I was hearing all types of sound effects. I was
Fact.
Yo,
you can work out to that joint.
So that
battle joint on, you doing your reps.
That battle was super intense. I mean, Sean P, rest in peace. He was there, like, you know what I'm saying.
Even get him there.
We called somebody, and somebody called somebody who made it happen.
Man, we got Sean Price there.
You know what I mean? But my point is that was intense to the point when your man grabbed his hat, you put that hat back like he never took that. I don't even think he came off. I don't think he knew what happened during that time. That's how intense he was because he was focused on KS, on the bars that was being spit. So I'm just saying. Like
he wasn't even caring about that. He wanted to get his off.
He wanted to get his
He did.
He did.
Definitely did. Oh, ball spots. He came with a couple knots. This kid hot. Yo, that dude. It was. Man, shouts out to Albie Al, man.
You know what I mean? So
shouts out to Albie Al. I remember his lyrics more than I remember KS joints, and KS, won that battle. Yeah.
Yo, all I'm saying is that you're right. It's always been intense, but back then. There was parameters, man, that you just could not,
cross.
Could not cross. You know what I mean? You just mad because I'm styling on you. You know what I mean? That's still the remnants of where we came from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Come on, dude got it off so much. Man, he just mad because I'm styling on you, and dude snuffed him. So it's like that's the remnants of where we came from battle rap. So battle rap, Matt Hoffa brought that era or that vibe into into the new realm of battle. What battle rap is today, he still brought that reminiscence.
Yeah, because he kept it going.
Right.
He, with the Serious Jones.
Serious Jones, the dude with the cap. You know what I'm saying? Like he was known for that. You
right.
know what I'm saying? So, but the thing about it is, that intensity. What I remember or respect about battle rap back then, you just couldn't say anything out your mouth. You just couldn't.
Like, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? That's just what I remember.
I do too. But yeah, man, shouts out to them. And outside of that, I see they had another shooting, man. There was another shooting in California. Was a farm.
Was it a Caucasian guy that did it?
A lot of these joints, huh? Yeah, it was definitely a Caucasian. Definitely a Caucasian. Yeah. None of the above. Yeah, it was definitely a Caucasian from what I see. Let's look it up. Okay, mass shooting, and matter of fact, all you gotta do is put mass shooting today. Damn. You heard when I typed mass shooting?
Wow.
It finished it off with today on Google. 5 things to know for January 24th mass shootings. Monterey Park. What? Bullet sales. State try to curb mass shootings with ammo laws. What?
But that's crazy though. You know?
7 dead in Half Moon Bay mass shooting.
That's crazy,
Half
man.
Moon Bay. Okay, so yeah.
That's crazy.
And yeah, it is because I think they was doing the whole, CNN was doing a whole mass shooting segment. I guess they were gonna start touching on other mass shootings and do. But my point, like you see how they, this is what we be talking about. Because let me tell you something. Let me let you understand something like this. They caught him alive. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't shoot him.
Oh,
The mass shooter, the guy that just shot 7 people.
oh, he's alive.
They tackled that guy. They ain't even beat him down heavy.
Nah, he's alive.
They ain't even give him the heavy beat down.
He's alive.
He ain't even get the
fact,
beat. He ain't even get the beats like.
He ain't mad that you say he's alive though.
He ain't even get the beats like.
You get the break. You ain't
Yeah,
supposed.
but
You can't even get to the beats.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean,
That's true because
you beating the dead. You beating the dead body.
You might die for spitting on the street. You literally or jaywalking. Like it's not unfamiliar for a black male to have been killed for jaywalking, spitting on the street. You know what I'm talking about? This dude killed 7 people and y'all managed to just tackle the guy, not kill him. Why you ain't kill him? What if he was shot? What if he had to? Hold on, what if he was strapped with bombs? Hold on, let me get this off.
Man.
That's my
dangerous,
point.
Man. The moment he shot,
no, he's not dangerous. You know why? Because he looked like the undangerous, even though the undangerous are dangerous.
Ooh.
That's what I'm talking about. So
that's a bar.
He looked like the undangerous.
That's a bar.
So they allow him to get it off, man.
Bar. So in our society, we are perceived to be the dangerous, the way we look, the way we we scrunch our face and.
We dangerous because, and I started thinking about this.
Nah, but you can't.
This is why I was gonna say why we're dangerous.
Because from a little dude to an adult, the little black boy is always perceived more aggressive than Tommy. You know what I'm saying? And that little black boy is always going to get more attention or pressure because he's more.
Well, I don't see. He's not more aggressive. No way.
He's not, but that's how it's perceived.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you go into an all-white neighborhood,
that's how it's perceived.
You're gonna have the white aggressive kids. Yeah, come on, they go through bullies.
But
come on, they got
all
weight.
of them.
First of all, it's 200 million white people, right? You know what I'm saying? There's only 40 million black people, right? So look at this. Chinese man dead. Killed the Chinese man. What do you do?
Where?
That's one of the people he killed.
He killed the Chinese man?
He killed Chinese. For what?
I don't think China liked it.
They don't put the hat back on it. They put his hat back on his head.
Oh, the shooter.
The shooter. His hat was off his head. But see, this is what I was going to get into. Like, they like to get into the mind of these killers. You follow what I'm talking about? They don't care about what we do. Jeffrey Dahmer did the whole movie on him. Charles Manson. They interviewing him. He don't even got shackles on. Dude is like, you're not free. Dude said something to him. He said, what? Look at me. He jumped up and down. He showed like I'm free. I'm free. This was Charles Manson is supposed to be like one of the most dangerous. Hold up. He utilized his control of people to kill other people, but you want to put him on television in front of other people. Like that's not going to trigger other people to kill other people because that's what he's known to do is to be able to get people to kill people.
No, but he's a messiah to certain groups in jail.
Yeah, that's like who? Like who? I'm gonna show you. Who? Like Dylan Roof. Who's Dylan Roof? Dylan Roof is the guy that ran in the church in South Carolina and shot everybody up.
Right.
Dylan Roof was what? He was on that, same mindset
of Charles
race
Manson.
war, this and that, whites power, white over black. You follow what I'm talking about?
Right.
That's the mindset that was created in the prisons by Charles Manson. That's the reason Charles Manson wasn't killed, because Charles Manson could have been killed. Why wasn't Charles Manson killed? Let me tell you why Charles Manson wasn't killed. He wasn't killed because coincidentally the day he was supposed to die, guess what happened?
What happened?
They put a pause on the death penalty.
A pause?
Yo, look it up.
Crazy.
But guess what? Now guess this. Check this out. Guess who was the governor?
Who's the governor?
You ain't ready. Take a guess.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
What else did Ronald Reagan do? Ronald Reagan sanctioned what?
What?
The Church of Satan.
Yeah. He was recognized as the devil himself.
I mean, you know.
I mean, he was
recognized.
No, he was recognized as who? Ronald Reagan was recognized as.
We all knew that. Why? Because of the Ronald. What's the middle name?
Wilson Reagan.
Exactly. The 666.
Exactly. Yeah, but I mean,
right.
all of
but
that.
It's not like he was.
No, but
it's not like
all that
attributed. You go in the
to,
history books and they say, yeah, Ronald Reagan was the devil.
No, but all of that attributed to the fact that he was recognized as the devil himself, because not only did his name add up to 666, but he sanctioned and opened up of the Church of Satan.
Right, but when we say the devil himself, I don't want to do it that way, because we acting that now we going into the religious concepts of one devil, one God. You know what I'm saying? We just know that his mindset was based on the fact that he gave the charter to the Church of Satan. You can look this up. This is not fake. He's the one that gave them their charter in what, the 60s.
Right.
So based on that mindset, I just saw something. Wonder what that is. Based on that mindset, we know that he's in agreement with that whole Luciferian Leviathan concept,
right?
Which is a mindset. Some of them are into what? Sacrificing. You follow what I'm talking about? They're into blood, right? And that's because
when you say into blood, what do you mean?
Well, basically, from my perspective and my research, extraterrestrials was coming down, and they was feasting on people. They was eating people, and people were being sacrificed to these extraterrestrials.
Mm-hmm.
You follow what I'm talking about? And so that, what's it called, experience got captured in tradition, in ritual. You feel me? So they continued that on in these certain orders, right? So yeah. So my point is that you don't kill this guy.
Right.
He killed 7 people.
Mm-hmm.
You safely tackle him. You put his hat back on his head after
you good.
Oh man, they might as well dusted him off.
You good.
It's not like you killed. I don't know who he killed, but I know I saw a Chinese man killed. You know what I'm saying? And come on, it was white officers that got him, man. They don't care, man. They care. They like, that's my man. He's like us. Treat him okay. We don't know what happened. You know what I'm talking about? That's how they looking at it. But you or me, bro, we steal a Skittles. We ain't even steal a Skittles. What to do? Well, he went to go buy some Skittles. He had a hoodie on because he had Skittles in a hoodie in the wrong neighborhood.
Bruh.
He dead.
Bruh. Tamara Rice, man.
Come on, man.
The kid as a child, you're supposed to have toy guns because they sell toy guns to kids because, cops, robbers, whatever. That's why they sell toy guns.
Right.
If it's really about that, if that's the vibe, take away all toy guns.
Right.
All super soakers, all plastic guns, all that, take it away, remove it from the market because there's the gun culture.
Bro,
you don't know. I don't know
who got
dead
what. Serious about the toy.
My mom's
dead serious about the toy.
You know what I mean? Y'all killed
we lucky,
Rice.
Bro. Yo, I'm gonna be honest. We lucky, bro. We lucky because we had the BB guns, bro. We lucky, bro. We lucky, bro. We lucky that we wasn't in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, it wasn't that intense that back then. It was still plotting.
It wasn't.
I said it was still plotting.
They wasn't really in our neighborhoods.
No, I said it was still plotting.
Was playing like that.
When I say they,
that's
I'm
what
talking about. When I say they, I'm talking about the psychiatrists. You know what I'm saying? Because when it was putting together, colors. You know what I'm saying? All these different gang warfare movies or whatever the case is. By Stanford Institute. It didn't hit the community yet. So by the time once the community got saturated with gang culture. You follow what I'm saying? Now you was able to implement all these different things. Like now, the next thing they're about to implement is what? Martial law. What else they're going to implement? You know what I'm saying? Like just like New York, you got cameras everywhere. That's about to become a must-have in every city. You know what I mean? To the point where now governors are going to become, really quote unquote the president of their area. You know what I'm saying? So it's like as the time gets more, aggressive, we ain't gonna know it like how we know it, like how I grew up knowing it. Like I go into a bank, I see a teller, I see people there. You go into a bank now, it's nobody there but computers. You know what I mean? You can't really officially rob it because when you go up there, there's nobody to rob. You know what I'm saying? Because there's the ATM right there, and there ain't nobody else there. If you want to talk about your bank account, you go into that booth right there, see a screen, and talk to the screen. So you can't even legit rob a bank like how you used to rob a bank. You know what I'm saying? Let alone like in the 1800s, because now in this new day, it's all advanced, and that whole advanced technology is creating a problem so they could give you a solution, and they already know what's the solution for that problem because they created the whole scenario. We're in a different day and time.
Right.
So the dust off that guy that killed the 7 people just that happened today, and tackle him down is what is it called? That's privilege at its finest. That's privilege at its finest because that guy was supposed to be out of here.
So check this out.
That's not the first time though.
It's not. December 13th, 1971.
71.
Manson was convicted of first-degree murder in Los Angeles County for the July 25th, 1969 death of musician Gary Hinneman. Right? Mm-hmm. Hinneman. He was also convicted of first-degree murder for the August 1969 death of Donald Jerome Shorty Shea. Mm-hmm. Following the 1972 decision of California versus Anderson, California's death sentences were ruled unconstitutional, and that any prisoner now under a death sentence may file a petition for a writ of habeas corpus in the Superior Court, inviting that court to modify its judgment to provide for the appropriate alternative punishment of life imprisonment or life imprisonment without possibility of parole specified by statute for the crime for which he was sentenced to death. Manson was thus eligible to apply for parole after 7 years incarceration. His first, you see what I'm saying?
7 years?
Oh man, bro.
Man,
they kept him in jail. But why did they keep him in jail?
Though. 7 years?
Why did they keep him in jail?
To propagate that mentality.
That's a fact. He said it himself. If you watch some of his interviews, he's like, yo, now first I didn't know they was moving me around. They was moving him around. They was duplicating. This is in the 666. I went on and did more research. I went on and started Googling, you know what I'm saying? Well, damn, where the hell is this? Because that was the whole, matter of fact, the time I was reading, it just happened to be Dylan Roof. You feel me? Then the Dylan Roof thing happened, and I was able to completely understand. Let's see what happened to him.
But they're trying to reverse that.
Let's see what's going on with Dylan Roof.
They're trying to reverse that. It's crazy. Right? It's white privilege, man.
Remember they took him to Burger King.
They took him.
Forgot about the BK. Remember, you forgot about he got the BK special. He got a Whopper. After he killed all the black people inside of the what's it called? Inside of when he killed them in the church. He kills them in the church. And I'm laughing. It's not really funny. I apologize. But this is the mindset. This dude kills all these people, 9 people, and they take the dude for Burger King, man. Come on, man. Then they ask me why I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around.
Can you imagine if it would have been a brother that killed 9 white people?
Come on, man.
In their area, in church while praying, because he was there with them chilling.
And the interesting thing
he was there with them chilling.
The interesting thing is a black man couldn't kill a white man and 9 white people and be arrested by black people and be taken to get some Whoppers.
He was in there with them.
You know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
Now, they ain't hearing that. No black person, the way we are, we see you kill 9 white people. What's wrong with you?
My man.
The cat's gonna beat you up. They're gonna beat you down.
My man. He was in there in the church with them chilling.
Bro, if I see you kill 9 people and I'm able to tackle you and get the gun off you, bro, we might kill you. Right or wrong, even though you black. I'm talking about.
He was in there with them chilling. When it was time for prayer, everybody was head down. Damn. In the prayer position.
Damn.
In a prayer position, then he started to rattle off the gun, like aiming, like duck hunt, while they were praying.
Damn.
He got off 9.
Damn. One image from his Facebook page showed him wearing a jacket decorated with 2 obsolete flags used as emblems among American white supremacist movements. Those of Rhodesia, which is my present day Zimbabwe. I guess when the white people ran Zimbabwe, it was called Rhodesia.
Okay.
And you already know how Robert Mugabe was. He got them all up out of there. They all up out of there, right?
Bye-bye.
To the farm. And they get mad. Now you're mad. Hold on. Now you're mad, right? Tell them why you mad.
Tell them why I'm mad.
Come on, man. Now you mad.
Tell them why you mad.
You mad at Robert Mugabe because he ain't want that, he didn't want that in his country no more. He wanted his land back. He wanted it to be ruled by African, and he wanted to be African, period. So what's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? And then, okay, either which way, especially after people came in and took the place by force. It's not your land. You already done took, how much money y'all done made already? Do y'all gotta repay that? So when we start talking about reparations, this another thing, that's a part of it, bro. Colonization. They should be like, these countries.
That's a level of thought that cats not thinking
these
about.
Countries are still paying, right?
For what they did, based on colonization.
Like Senegal still pay France, right? Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay.
I'm about to Google it. Hold up. Does Senegal make payments to France for decolonization?
I mean, Haiti still pays France.
You see what I'm saying?
And Haiti was 1804. So
actually reinforced the tie. Okay, colonization, France. Okay, do African countries still pay colonial tax to France? What does France do with African money? The use of the CFA franc is highly controversial for using the currency. So, but this is BBC, so I don't know how they were going. Obviously they're going to utilize what they call public diplomacy to get off their own concepts. But my point is, what we're going to do, we're going to do some more research because I don't want to give y'all any misinformation, right? But from my understanding, there is still some sort of payment or that actually goes to the colonizing country. But I'm about to find out and let y'all know more specifically. Hold up, just wanted to kind of fix that. Yeah, so France and Africa, the end of the affair. Okay, so yeah, either way. Okay, so my point is, come on, man. They gotta pay for that. Don't they gotta pay for that? They should have to pay for that, right? You come in, you took minerals, right? You had human resources, free access to labor.
When you say should, right? It's a level of conversation Cass is not even thinking on that. I mean, not no disrespect, but certain cats is on a certain floor. So they would have to get on the elevator or get up or start walking up them stairs.
That's that Troy Ave conversation.
You know what I mean? In order to get
tax bracket.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? To get on that, you got to get on that level to be able to even comprehend that conversation, to have that conversation. Because the moment you're saying, not only did you kidnap me, but you kept me hostage under colonialism since that time to this time. So based on that right there, these are the damages that is required because of cats got what's that, post-traumatic stress disorder.
This is it. It says until now, Togo. This was old post at 2014. Until now, 2014, Togo and about 13 other African countries still have to pay colonial debt to France.
Yeah. Togo.
Okay, what is colonial debt? What? Let's see. No, 13. Togo and 13 other other African countries. Okay, what is that called?
And this is what keeps them alive.
What did we call that just now? What is
colonial debt?
Colonial.
But that's what keeps them alive. That money right there keeps them alive. That's a stream of income that's just been going on. That's like a water well or a water faucet is just dripping water for cats to drink. Water keeps you alive. So that water just drip. They didn't know they could go fill a bucket, fill all types of tanks and containers. That just continue coming. That water could, fertilize, help crops, water the crops, help the crops grow. You know what I'm saying? Buy oil,
right,
gas tankers for the economy. It's just like a never-ending resources. That colonialism, that colonial debt that African countries still have to pay. Come on,
Okay, so here it goes. This one is called the ecologist.org. And many African countries, upon earning their independence, were left with imposed colonial debts transferred to newly established independent governments. During the Cold War, loans enticed African countries to steer away from socialist policies and rewarded corrupt African governments for creating welcoming environments for foreign investment in place of focusing on the well-being of the citizens. Tide aid has become emblematic. Okay, during the Cold War, loans, okay, I said that. Tide aid has become emblematic in the African continent. For instance, a country may loan 1 million CFA francs to Mali while imposing an interest rate. Okay, country may loan 1 million CFA francs to Mali while imposing an interest rate. The loan is given on the condition that Mali purchase 1 million CFA francs worth of goods from the same supposed donor. So, all right, man, it's a lot, and we shall do that. So when I can come back on here a little bit more prepared, because we just doing our research, and it went from this because Dylan Roof, we were saying that Dylan Roof, the guy that killed the black people in the church, right? They were saying that I was looking at what was on his Facebook page, and there was him wearing a jacket with Rhodesia's flag, which is now Zimbabwe, and then that's what took us off into the tangent, and apartheid era South Africa flag, I guess, too. And then, okay, another online photo showed Roof sitting on the hood of his car with an ornamental license plate with the Confederate flag on it. According to the roommate, Roof expressed support for racial segregation in the United States and had wanted a civil war. Who else wanted there to be a race war?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
No. Charles.
Jeffrey Dahmer, of course. That's what I meant to say.
Exactly. So, what was our point? That Charles Manson was kept alive strategically
to create a mindset.
Exactly. In the prisons, moved around to duplicate it, and that's okay. Taking them to Mickey D's, right? Okay, taking them to Mickey D's and all that, right? But y'all don't want, what I'm saying? Y'all, what's it called? But yeah, we get killed. You know what I'm saying? For Skittles, wearing a hoodie. So what was the whole thing with George Floyd? What was that all about? It
was an argument at the cash register or something.
Dollars. It wasn't
something that was given that was supposed to be. It might have been a bad check or something like that, but it didn't warrant a death.
Definitely.
Because what happened was
even the guy at the counter was like, "Damn, I feel like I killed the dude because I done called the police."
Yeah, because
he ain't want that to happen. He gotta live with that, bro.
And calling the cops, he called the cops to get a situation handled.
That's it.
But then in the cops getting there, the first thing they want to do is apprehend you and hold you.
Right.
And I think that's why I say there should be a psychiatric evaluation, 30 days in, 30 days out.
I agree with that 100%.
Every day, and that goes for the judges too.
I think that's ingenious.
30 days in, 30 days out. You gotta sit in front of the shrink and figure out, how do you feel? Did you have a fight with your wife? Are you going through divorce? Is there a bankruptcy? What's going on in your life before you can carry that gun and go outside and go into the neighborhood? Because they don't police their own neighborhood. They police our neighborhoods where they don't have a clue about. When they go into our neighborhoods is like a training range for them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like just like I got to be going through the training range inside the mock. That's our neighborhoods for them. You follow what I'm saying? So when they pop out the car and they pull out their gun, it's like they in the train. They training again all over again. You follow what I'm saying? And they
simulation.
So they know not to shoot the children or the women
or the white people.
Or the white people.
I'm just being
fact.
I'm just being honest.
Look
again,
at the dogs.
What we're talking about is how they arrested the guy that just killed 7 people.
What they do?
Right? Put his hat back on his head. His hat fell off his head.
But they had to pick him up.
They barely tackled him. Y'all gotta see how the arrest went. Like I ain't never seen the soft arrest. for somebody that killed 7 people, bro.
How about he might not even be whoever they say, he might just be a cop, and he might be there just to do that.
That's a fact.
But we
well,
live in that
you were
day
about
and
to get
time,
me
man.
into that, yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because we was going to bring up what? The Manchurian candidate. You know what I'm talking about?
Manchurian
Yeah, because
candidate.
a lot of that is for a certain reason. There's none of this stuff is happening, what's the word for it, coincidentally. It's definitely been strategically
Who was
planned
that
out.
Chinese guy he killed?
I mean,
you never
right.
know. That might have been somebody. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
It definitely might, man. But it's like, yo, this is the mindset. So then it brings us to talking about, like, you know, how to grow this mindset in the prisons with the Dylan Roof guy. You know what I'm talking about? Even though what that mindset came out and he was educated on the streets, but he was educated with what? The aero-Nazi mindset, the mindset of you know, white supremacists.
But now, but
so on and so forth,
see,
right?
they gotta
Exactly.
know. They gotta.
And then we talk about last was wrapped up for people. Charles Manson, they never killed him. They put him on. What's it called? Why y'all put Larry Hoover? Why don't we ever get an interview with Larry Hoover? You know what I'm talking about? Like
Facts.
Larry Hoover. Well, why?
He wrote books.
What was this about?
Wrote
Why?
from
But
Debatable.
y'all interview Charles Manson. You feel me?
I mean, that's a fact. That's a whole fact. That's a whole fact. But the main thing about, well, you know what? On another note, Beyonce performed in Dubai.
Right.
Yo, shouts out to her.
Yeah. So we talked about it the other day. Go ahead.
She caught $24 million for that.
24 billion. Crazy.
$24 million for that. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
So, you know, it just it's like a seesaw.
It was elaborate too, though.
Definitely elaborate. You know what I
I
mean?
saw the different.
She came through it. You know, with
Batman's dead. That's good.